Welcome, welcome, welcome into this live transformation talk with Sunday. And this is another great day for us to come together. Welcome into the family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the song that is on the background is by Mama Victoria from South Sudan. Ela taraba na galbi shufu kulu haja. Leana. Shinowa. Shinowa ni tabamudu. Leana. Shinowa ni tabarawi tafino. Taninta mnada lazini tabikalasu. Taninta palazini tabi. That is Mama Nancy from Juba, South Sudan. Yes, we are going to talk about the review of what we have been talking about in the 5 weeks. We talked about different topics, 5 topics. We talked about, on the first week, we talked about the power of vulnerability. Week 2, we talked about the power of self-trust. Week 3 was on emotions. And week 5, which just completed yesterday, was the power to emotions. Was week 3, and week 5 was on feedbacks from within and from outside. And as I said last time, yesterday, I think it was in the afternoon, I said that we are going to have some juicy stuff coming up. And I can't wait. It's already up. I have prepared the next week topics. It's so juicy. It's so delicious. I hope that you really don't need to miss this. And we are on a journey of transformation, becoming better than what we had been before. So every day is a chance to learn. Every day is a chance to unlearn. And it's more of the unlearning that I am getting more powerful. And then more learning. There are things, yes, I learned, but there are many things that I learned and not serving me now. So I have to unlearn them to help me get into where I wanted to be. So this could be a story too. So stay tuned as we have a review of this 5-week series, different topics. And also next week, we are starting up something different. The whole of last 5 weeks was on the inner journey. Everything we talked about, the trust, self-trust, we talked about the emotions, we talked about the vulnerability, and also we talked about what is it? I'm forgetting. About the power of self-trust. That are all about our inner journey. Because every transformation starts from our inner sides, from within ourselves, from our inner self, starts from there. Any transformation that starts from external cannot last. A true transformation starts from our inner selves and leading us to becoming better versions of what we have been. So we are going to share this. And if you have not watched this, maybe it's your first time here, welcome into the family. I can't wait to hear from you, where you're watching from, and let us know the time at your time zone when you're watching this. It could be maybe you're watching the replay, but let us know what time are you watching. And I just want to remind you that this is a judgment-free zone. This is a safety zone, a safe place for you and for me to share things that can encourage ourselves. We can share our information. We can share our weakness. We can share our strength because we want to become better than what we have been. We want to help each other grow. We want to help each other transform. And sometimes transformation cannot come only by yourself. You may need someone to help you. Maybe there are some things that are in our blind spot. I talked about that just 2 days ago, about our blind spot that we have to get someone else to look for, on our behalf, so they can look at their own side, at their own view, and tell us the feedback. That was when we learned about feedbacks. So it helped us to see ourselves in the lens of others, and also to see how our actions, our words impact others in either a positive way or if it is a negative way, so we can be able to adjust ourselves and become better, and also just to become better, but to be so helpful for others. You know that so many people may be depending on you, but you don't know what you share, most especially on the social media. So many people that really are going through a very difficult time, but maybe by reading your comments or maybe by hearing your story, they get hope, they get encouraged. So that's why I say that here is a safe place for us to provide a bucket for us to pour out all our hearts, all our tears, so we can emerge out to be better than what we have been. So I just want to remind you that this is a safe place for you, and there's no judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone where we share our insights and our hearts, our thoughts, without judging anyone, because our goal here is to be transformed. Our goal here is to be better than what we have been, to reach into our better best. So if you are tired of where you have been and you really wanted to transform, but you have struggled, you don't know what has been the limitation that is limiting you, it could be something from within yourself that if we, in our discussion, maybe in listening, or maybe by you sharing, that can be a risk out, that you can be able to get out of that limiting, either it could be a limiting belief, a limiting talk, a limiting thoughts in your mind. Maybe it could be something that is easily moved out, but you never know how. So in this tribe, in this safe place where we have been, it could be, I don't know where you're watching from, if you're watching me from YouTube or you're watching me on a business page or my personal profile, it's all the same. We are offering a safe space for everyone to be able to evolve, because many times we really wanted to get out and we want to share our hearts, but we fear judgment, what people will say. Sometimes we share our hearts, we find it somewhere else. So we fear judgment, and that limits us a lot. So I wanted to be that person who offers a safe space. And this space is not only for me, it's for me and you, for us to share freely and to share our hearts, our thoughts. I just have one of the child that's doing her own things, that noise at the background. So we are going to talk about week one, and I have my laptop on this side. If you see me looking on this side, I have put down my notes so I can be able to share from within, so I don't lose track of what I'm talking about. So on week one, we talked about the power of vulnerability. Vulnerability is something that opens us into danger and risk, but we want to see in another way what we have been vulnerable of. If we went through some challenge that really brought us down, we can use that as a stepping stone for us to move into the other side, because it was through tapping into our weakness, understanding our weak points, that's when we will know where we really need to fix, what we need to fix for us to become better. So it doesn't matter what you go through, that could be the stepping stone for you to get out into your greatness. So that was what we talked about on week one. And we said that a true transformation starts when you stop pretending and embrace your true authentic self. Sometimes we just want to pretend everything is okay when it's not. When you need to cry that tear out, because after you crying, you'll find true peace, you'll find true transformation, you'll find might be sometimes a solution why you cried and how that cry relieve you. So it's the accepting what happened, but don't dwell there. Use it as as something that really can empower you, that can encourage you to become a better self. Like what you went through should build strong determination, should build resilience, should build consistency in you, that you become better. It should not get you down, that you don't know what to do. So what we went through is all for a reason. We say that every storm does not come to destroy you. Some of the storm has just come to move you from where you are to the next place where you are supposed to be. It had just come to adjust us. Sometimes we are so stubborn and so pinned up to what we are used to, being in our comfort zone. So we needed a little of shake so that we can get out of where we have been. So I always learn through my hard time, and I ask myself, what lesson am I learning in this? In most cases, when I go through a difficult time, I know that is already a shift coming. Something new is coming, but what is it? I need to get it, because if I don't get what lesson I am to learn from that difficult situation, I may repeat that class. So I don't want to repeat. I just need to move forward. So a reflection is that, how have you allowed yourself to be vulnerable this week? Or what vulnerability did you have that you always reflect on it and see yourself, and you see your strength, you see your commitment, you see your resilience, you see your determination through what you went through. Me, sometimes the life I went through becomes like a mirror for me. When something seems to be hard in front of me, I always reflect back on where I came from, how I overcame, how I was so vulnerable, and how I overcame it, and it led me to where I am. So that fuels me to even step forward into whatever that I wanted to have. So that was most on week 1. And if you wanted to learn more on the so many things that we talked about vulnerability for 7 days. You can go and watch on my personal profile, Sunday Raphael Jigo, or you can go on YouTube, Sunday Mary Raphael, you'll find it there. Also on my business page, Sunday and Jigo Online, you'll find the information there. On week 2, we talk about the power of self-trust. Self-trust. Let me know, first of all, in week 1, what have you learned? If you watched that week 1, let me know what you have learned in week 1, or even now, just as I was talking about vulnerability, what have you learned from it? How did the situation, the challenge you went through, did it help you become a better person now, or did it break you down? Let us know on the comment section. And yes, week 2 was about self-trust, and that was one of the things that really brought me. You see, I learned that trusting myself more, or loving myself more, or paying more attention to myself, putting myself first, is not robbery. It's not that I am selfish. I learned that putting myself first helped me to become more productive. I am an African mother, and many people who are African, or maybe even other continents, they can really relate to this, that mothers always think of other people, the children, the husband, the family members, more especially in Africa, where we have extended family. There are so many people living in the house. You have to think about all those people, and they have to be happy. Even though you are not happy, you just need them to be happy. So, and that is something so draining. I went through that for a very long time until I realized that it's not even helping me. It was causing me more hurt, more trouble, because I couldn't satisfy everyone's needs and desire. And that was really a big thing. I thought by doing this, by doing that, people will feel happy, but it was not. The feedback was really the worst thing that I could ever expect, the least I could ever expect. So I learned putting myself first is not robbery, or it is not that I am selfish. So I learned that putting myself first helped me to be more productive, more sound mind, more healthy, and more peaceful, and more creative too. So I learned in this week of self-trust, trusting myself more than I trust others. So because for me to get transformed, or maybe to be changed or to become better, it has to come from within myself. Yes, I can get feedbacks from other people, from training, somewhere, but the decision is on within me, whether to take it or not. So I have to pay attention into my instinct, into what I am, what it does that relates to my values, to my mission. All those are something that I take into consideration. So I get to trust myself more. And week 3 was the one which was so difficult for me. It was very hard. I hesitated to talk about this topic about on emotions. I really hesitated to talk about it for 3 days. I did not want to talk about it, but it is in one of my plan that I have to talk about it. I was afraid. Wanted to skip it, but I faced my fears and I was able to talk about emotions, how emotions really help us in transformation, and how to control my emotions, how to understand my emotions. A lot of things I learned about emotions are messengers. Instead of suppressing fear and anger and learn from them, I also learned that if I don't need to suppress my emotions. I need to let it come out. Let it come out. If I am angry, I have to say I am angry. I don't need to pretend I am okay when I am not okay, because that indirectly will harm me in one way or the other. I used to cry a lot when I was very young. I even did not know why I could cry. But after crying, that cry helped me to find peace. I don't know how, but I used to cry a lot. That really was a way. Even it was not even when I was young, even up to a big age, even when I got married, still, when something really touched me, I cry. And after crying, I get relief. So I did not know that it is a science that also help me stay healthy, because I don't need to suppress any emotions that can cause harm into myself. And I learned to mention out whatever that it doesn't align with what I need. I have to speak out, and speaking out, it means that sometimes it may not be unto whatever that people like. They may take you negative, but I learned to put myself first. My emotions have to be first. And emotions, I'm reading this note. Emotions mystery is not about avoiding feeling, but responding instead of reacting. So I have to respond to the emotions that I go through, because it will get out. If I suppress it, it keep accumulating and it will build up in something bigger that I may not be in control of. So I learned this that whatever emotions I go through, I don't need to suppress it. I have to face it and express it. If it means to speak out, I have to speak it. If it means that I have to cry, let me go and cry it out. If it means sharing it with someone, finding a counselor, or maybe a friend, a family, go and speak it out, because by that you get relief and get out of whatever that you have. So I have a reflection question here: that what emotions have you been resisting, and what is it trying to tell you? Every emotions are messengers. It tells us something. When we fear, maybe we have predicted danger. When we laugh, maybe we have seen happiness. Maybe something good has happened that we laugh and we become so joyful. And emotions means it's not always a sad emotion. It can be a joyful emotion. Like someone is funny, you don't have to really keep quiet. If you want to laugh, laugh, laugh loud. But sometimes we are afraid to really express ourselves. So I have learned this within this week 3 on emotions, that I don't need to suppress my emotions. I need to be able to speak it out, because that's by speaking out, I let it go. I can let it go, and I can become more creative. I can become more constructive, more determined, and even let go of every belief that, because this emotion sometimes it can build up something that it can talk to us in another way that we may believe maybe we are not enough. So those are the things that we need to avoid, because it can limit us if we don't take care of them. On week 4, we talk about the power of self-trust. That was deep dive. I love that so much, the power of self-trust. I have learned trusting myself more is really very, very important for everyone, trusting myself, because if I get something, I get to the final person who will take decision is myself. So if I don't trust my capacity, if I don't trust my instinct, if I don't trust myself in making decision, and I go out to ask decision from some people, it may delay me. It may make me get stuck, because I may not get the right feedback that I wanted if I go and ask from other people. That was what happened to me before. I was really not trusting myself. I went through asking people to decide for me. So sometimes some people can really decide for you something that is not of you, that is not in line with your value or in line with your mission. So in life, everyone else have mission. You have your boundaries, what you want and what you don't want. Though you do not write it down, but it's within yourself. You know where you can go, you know where you cannot go. So everyone else have boundaries, though it is not stated, but everyone knows their own boundaries. So trusting yourself is a daily practice. It's a daily thing that happens every day. It's an everyday work. And I said in this page, this is a life transformation. Means things that we need to change on daily basis, things we need to practice on daily basis, so we can become better versions of ourselves. So the more you listen to your intuitions, the stronger your confidence grows. Sometimes we know what we know. And there are moments also when we don't know what we don't know. And when we don't know what we don't know, it becomes we don't know because we don't know. So it's very hard. But when someone else gives us the feedback on what we don't know, and our instinct tell us, yes, that's something good. If you work on it, you will really improve. You can give it a try and take action. Every feedback that we get needs an action to really make us become better. And every feedback that makes us better, that is very good to help us grow and improve on ourselves. So without self-trust, we hesitate and stay stuck. When you believe in yourself, doors open when you believe in yourself, because you become more confident, you become more determined, you become so confident of what you know. So trusting yourself is really key in personal development, in not only personal development, but in becoming better versions of ourselves. So a reflection question here is, where in your life do you need to trust yourself more? Is it in making decisions? Is it in taking to start something new? Is it in family? Is it in your career? Is it in where in our everyday life we need to trust ourselves? We need to trust ourselves more. So we need to find out where we do not trust ourselves more also, so we can be able to adjust and start to trust ourselves. So on week 5, which was just ended yesterday, we talked about the power of feedbacks. We talked about feedbacks from within ourselves, where we speak to ourselves, whether verbally or just thinking of it. And we also talked about feedback from external feedbacks, from maybe a friend, from a manager, from family, from children, feedback from some other people, not yourself. So we say feedback is like a mirror. Like I said before, that it is like in our blind spot, when we don't know what we don't know, someone has to tell us, or maybe we get to realize it. So feedback is just like a mirror. It shows where we have grown and there the needs to improve. maybe there's something that we do, but we did not do better. So feedback gives us, I have found this a lot, that people tell, yeah, you're doing great on this, but if you could improve on this, this would be better. And that helps to grow. That helps one to grow and become better. That's a good feedback. But there are also feedback that from ourselves, from within ourselves, that we criticize ourselves. We base on what we went through, the challenges, and remind, whenever you want to take a new step forward, you remind yourself of what happened, how you failed. So that is the negative feedback that you need to speak to, have a conversation with yourself. Why I think I cannot do it, why I think I cannot pass it, why I think I can fail. What if I will pass it? So have a conversation and find the deep roots on where those feedbacks are coming from, even though within ourselves, sometimes it's coming from the place of judgment. We don't want to be judged. Sometimes it's coming from a place where we want to defend ourselves. Yeah, we want to defend ourselves. And I just say, I have come to a point where I have nothing to defend. I have nothing to prove. I just wanted to live myself and have peace within myself. So those negative emotions, those negative feedbacks that comes within ourselves, is maybe from what we went through. But there are also positive feedbacks that come from within ourselves that encourages us to take a new step, that encourages us to become better. So it helps us improve. Another thing is that knowledge alone isn't enough. Knowing something, I can read books, I can watch movies, go to school, get all the papers that need to be got. But if it is just a knowledge, it has no impact in our own lives. So breakthrough happens when we apply what we learn. When we apply what we learn, that's when we get the breakthrough in our own lives. So the reflection question here is that, what is the biggest lesson you have learned, and how will you apply it? I have learned my biggest lesson. You can say yours in the comment section. It could be that you learned throughout this 5-day series, or maybe you 5 weeks series, or maybe you learned it just from somewhere else. Let us know on the comment section. And I just want to remind you that this is a safe place for you to share. So me, I have learned, the most biggest lesson that I have learned is that putting myself first is not robbery. Trusting myself is not that I am weak. Being vulnerable does not mean that I am weak, but it is what I went through becomes a stepping stone for me to become a better self. So I have really learned through this inner journey, because all these topics on these 5 weeks that we have talked about is all about the inner journey, that happens to us from within ourselves, how we can be transformed or changed to become better. But first, that change has to start from within our hearts, from within our minds, that it can help us to grow. It can help us to identify which areas we need to improve more on, which areas we need to make it better, which areas we need to let go, where we need to learn more, where we need to unlearn, and where we need to relearn. I have learned that there is more for me to unlearn than to learn, because there are so many things that I learned before that never serve me anymore. So I need to unlearn them and relearn something that I learned before, but I have never been applying them and putting them into action, just to be a better version, to become better than whatever that I am now. So I am so grateful. If you're watching the replay, or if you're watching how many days, or weeks, or months from now, I just love to ask you to share, what have you learned in life? Maybe it's something you learned of late that really has changed your life. Sometimes I used to think that I can be able to satisfy everyone's needs. maybe I can be able to make people happy. But I have learned that it's very hard to make people happy or make them love you, because they don't love you because they love you. They love you because of what you do for them. So it is very profound for me at this age that whatever that I thought was working, it was not working. So I have to redirect to put myself first, and yes, put myself first. Yeah, that's one of the greatest lessons, is just to put myself first, and to be ready to to change, to be willing to change, to be willing to be vulnerable for my transformation, for my change, for my letting go. That sometimes that letting go is one of the most difficult part. But if we know, that's one of the things that also I learned through this series, is that when you have to forgive someone, it's not for the benefit of that person. If you have to let go, it's not for the benefit of that person that hurts you, but it's for your own peace of mind. It is for your own benefit, so you can have a better, peaceful, and a happy life with a clear mind, with a clear decision. So that's something I really learned, and I am so grateful for this series. And I can't wait to really share more on week 6. Week 6 is coming, and it's so juicy. Tomorrow we may not have it in the morning. Tomorrow we are going to have a business talk with my coach from Canada. So we will have the life transformation talk in the evening around 8 p.m. I've already scheduled on the event. I have scheduled it for 8 p.m. tomorrow. And in the morning at 6 a.m. we will have Brisbane time. We'll have a business talk with my business partner right from Canada. And these are couple that are very powerful. They really very good in this online business. We are going to hear their stories, how they got the business, how the business have changed their lives, and they have retired very early because of this online business. So we get to know a lot of details tomorrow on that when that time comes at 6 a.m. I pray that everything goes well, and so that we can be able to have that show tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Brisbane time, because that is going to be 4 p.m. of Saturday or Sunday. They will be on Sunday 4 p.m. and for us it will be Monday 6 a.m. Brisbane time. So can't wait to have that show tomorrow. I don't want you to miss that. You can find it on YouTube, Sunday and Jigo online.com, online, online, and you can find it on my personal profile, Sunday Raphael Jigo, or on our business page, Sunday and Jigo online. So thank you very much. Let us know what you have learned within the 5-day series, and we are starting up another series, and that is diving deeper into life transformation, the science of breakthrough, the science of transformation. That's what we are going to learn this coming week, and it's going to be so juicy. It's going to be so powerful. I don't want you to miss that, because many times we miss something because it's not because we don't want it. Opportunities come and we don't take action because there are so many things limiting us. Yes, sis, thank you. Thank you for being here. She is watching from, that is NSW. Welcome into this show. I'm so grateful for you. She's doing amazing. This is my business partner. I love her so much because she is being introduced to me by my business partner right from Malawi. So thank you, sis. I'm really so thankful for you for standing by here. We are just been talking about life transformation, and there's 5-week series that I've talked about. So today I'm just reviewing the 5 days work, and tomorrow we are starting up a new series, and that will be something that can break us through into change, because sometimes we miss opportunity because we thought we are not enough. We miss opportunity because we thought it's not for us, it's for someone else. We miss opportunities because we thought that is because of what we went through sometimes. Sometimes maybe someone had someone maybe did something wrong for us, and we want to put everything, our future, into those things that happened before. So we should not base our decision on what happened. Sometimes the different situation happened, and that is why things happen. So your future does not depend in your past. Your past does not define you. Your future is defined by the actions that you take. So take action into your dream. I just love to say that standing bold or breaking out loud into your true self, into your transformation, into your becoming better than what you are now. And there are some challenges that if we don't start addressing them today by taking action, in the near future, they become big, they grow horns, they grow roots, and it becomes so hard to handle. So some of the things is very easy to tackle them now. Thank you, sis. You're welcome. Thank you, sis. Thank you. So have a beautiful time. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Don't miss please this business talk with my business partner right from Canada, and it's going to be so juicy. It's going to be so amazing. There are so many questions that maybe you did not ask. You're going to ask on that time, and we want to say that all the questions that you have, please, you can write on the comment section. You can send to me. You can put under when we will be live. You can ask during the live show, and we will answer you right there. God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful night for those ones who are in Australia, and beautiful afternoon to those ones in other parts of the world, evening, morning, whatever time zone that you're in. I wish you the best of your time. God bless you. Bye.